I would like to straight away move over to the peace declaration. We've heard a lot about it, the Milano Declaration, the peace statement by the GABV. And to do this, I would like to now hand over to someone most of you know, someone who has been associated with our movement for a very long time. Ugo Bigeri is the former chief executive and chair of Banca Etica. He's the former chair of Etica Funds. He was a GABV board member for Europe, and now he's representing the GABV with our European members. Ugo is a published author on the question of finance for arms, and he understands the topic like no other. He will speak on behalf of the Global Alliance and introduce the Milano Declaration, the peace statement. Ugo, you have the floor. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Okay, he's welcome. Well, thank you for this honor, Martin. And well, yeah, it's a long time that I'm working on that because of my previous role of CEO of Banca Etica, then president of Etica SGR. And in June 22, I was with Susie Snyder in speaking at the UN at the first meeting of the they laughed because I was almost late because of the train, but okay. You have an appointment with UN and you're late. That's not bad, but I want to take the train and not the flight. And because I was talking there at the first meeting of the treaty for abolition of the nuclear weapon, and I was talking there on behalf of ICANN, so thank you, Susie, again, and Etica SGR, and the other financial institutions at that time, not so many, but there were already some GABV bank like ABS, I remember, and for sure Alternative Bank Swiss, and for sure others, and it was a great result. But now you have heard it's growing, it's going better. And at the time, I was in the board of GABV, and I cannot imagine that we have, as GABV, something so strong in common and as simple and as powerful that we can proudly say, well, we as in GABV Bank, we are not financing production or trade or war weapons. Well, there are some production of, yeah, for sport or for hunting, but we are talking about war. We are not talking about something very, and it's not nuclear weapon, it's war weapon. And then thanks to this, we discovered this thanks to the Banca Etica, so not to thank, I was no more there, but the Banca Etica commitment with peace is always very strong, and so Banca Etica challenged GABV secretariat to say, oh, we want to do this. And the board of the GABV, I was not part of the discussion, so they all do without me. But the board of the GABV decided, yes, to make this survey and to go on and then to write this declaration. And, well, the GABV members, they have received this declaration. But for the one of you who don't have, we have some volunteers. I thank a lot them that when you exit here, they can give you a paper copy of the declaration. And I will not read it. I will not read it, but I want to just to stress or to summarize, on my opinion, three concepts that are quite interesting there. GABV is for people, planet, and prosperity. Okay, so we always say this. Well, obviously, it's quite odd to say that making profit on war, it helps any one of these 3 points. It doesn't help the planet, it doesn't help the people, and for sure is not so an efficient allocation of resources to put money in even if you think at the fact that they are useful for defense, and it's all clear to everybody, but to put so much money in the arm and the weapon industry is not an efficient allocation of resources for the goal of prosperities. The second thing that we all share as GABV banks an humanitarian views, and it's that we strongly, I read it, I strongly condemn any type of violence, fighting or war, under any circumstances where it occurs. Lasting conflict resolution can only take place through open dialogue, peaceful renegotiation, and sincere collaboration as a means to build the trust that underpin peace. And I remember you, this statement comes also from many, many countries where GABV is present with a bank and where war is present. We have an example with Mirella, very, very clear. One of the, well, worst situation in the world is RDC, Congo. And the third point is that the declaration is very ambitious because explain the things that I so briefly say. Well, we don't finance our weapon. We think that we have to solve problem with the dialogue, but also is direct to the whole financial industry, and it's a little bit something what today is for sure utopistic. So we ask the financial industry not to make profit on weapon. It doesn't mean you don't want weapon to be produced. You don't want to make profit on that. But think to other utopistic requests of the past. Yeah, I go very fast, very in the past. Slavery. Yeah, abolishing slavery was at the time really utopistic, or really something impossible. Yeah, or again, if you think how people were treating Congo, but even in the US, you know very well. So slavery was something a very utopistic request in the past. And even the right to vote to women, when it was first proposed, was something, well, what are you talking about? So, and nowadays, more close to us, and we discuss that in these days in the GABV, the request of a ban on fossil fuels. So, writing a declaration is a delicate art, because it's the art of leading an idea on a razor's edge. On one hand, you have the real world and the pragmatic need of responding to short-term challenges. You have been attacked, you have to do something. Yeah, this is a very short-term challenge, okay? On the other hand, you have the desire for a better world, better laws, and that is a vision, a direction for everybody. The Declaration of Human Rights is based on that. It doesn't mean that everybody of us has the right of food, education, a house. It's not health. It's what we would like to achieve. And nowadays we are facing, well, it's quite absurd, but some banks and political bodies that would like to say that weapon industry could be eligible for sustainable finance. And very often are the same entities that act like fossil fuels could be sustainable, because they don't want to change. So in GABV declaration, in the Milano Peace Declaration, we indicated that making profit from war is something to avoid, and we have a totally different idea. So a totally different idea of the mainstream finance. And we are sure that discussing this vision, because it's a vision that will let us discuss even between us, will help to improve the real peace in the world. So we are very happy to have this declaration, and we invite you to read it as you have in your hand. Thank you very much.